Let's talk about that then, because here's the thing. You might not know this, but on By the Numbers, the show I do with Richard, that's actually that story of you becoming the entry fragger and then getting kicked is actually an infamous story. Because basically, we always make fun of the fact that it's like they were trying to just fuck you over, mate. Because in that scenario, either you stay near the in-game leader, which is the job you do, or you should just leave and be in-game leader elsewhere. Being like, oh, I'll be an entry fragger, and also the idea you're going to like replace Lekro. Like Lekro has pretty good fucking aim, mate. Like in that scenario, like, did you agree with that move? Like, was it worth it to just try and stay in Fnatic? It sounds like that role wouldn't have suited you, right?
Actually, I was looking forward to it because I couldn't understand myself as I can understand myself today. Obviously, I think I grinded my ass off to be an entry fragger or to have that information for my teammates and just for them to do their role. I think I did my role the best I could do it at that time because I didn't have a lot of time and I never played it at that extent.
When they kicked you out of this team, though, for me, it did imply, and they also sort of said something like this, I noticed when they did their news post, they sort of made it sound like they weren't sure about your experience, or basically it sounded like they didn't really believe in you as a leader, right? Despite that, look at the success you had. You won these massive tournaments, and obviously later, yes, it's over a year later, but you did come back to Fnatic and have all the success. Did they misread you? You yourself said you hadn't done the role very long. Were you more raw back then? How would you have evaluated? Did you do a good job the first time at Fnatic, do you think?
I was a rookie the first year with them. Yes, I didn't have that experience, but you already know what you're getting. Kind of like, I didn't play in any big tournaments when I was in the academy team. And the players were different. They had a lot of more ego. They wanted to... Their environment and the culture in the team is different. Like, it's so hard for a rookie to succeed in that team, and especially in an IGL. That's how I thought of it after that period was done. So I would say that I could have done better, obviously, but I also could have been taught more or learn in the experience more and given more time with my role as an IGL the first time.
Since you had so many really veteran players, like you obviously had the core of Flusher, JW, Crims, like these are players who played for years and years and won all the championships, etc. And I will say, if you look at their histories, they don't look like they're the sort of players who want like to be micromanaged by the in-game leader. Their in-game leaders, they've had a pretty loose guys who kind of like know, these know how to play. What was your approach to using these players the first time you're in Fnatic? Like, did they want you to kind of just let them do whatever they wanted? How much control did you get to have?
I had a lot of control, but they could also do what they wanted as players. I didn't stop them for anything like that. I knew that stopping what they wanted, like their intuition, was not the key for these guys to succeed, or us.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.